In the summer, a bird's life is easy. Bugs, fruit, and flowers are everywhere, and a bird can find all the food that it needs. But in winter, all that disappears. And to a bird, food means fuel. They have to burn a lot of calories just to keep their body temperature up during a freezing night. If they don't find high-fat fuel during the day, they might not make it to tomorrow. So today, we're talking about the winter menu and how to use your FeatherSnap's dual bins to attract the widest variety of birds, even on the coldest of days. If you only put one thing in your feeder, make it this: black oil sunflower seeds. If you notice, the shells are really thin, and that's important as it takes less energy for smaller birds like chickadees to crack these seeds open. And the meat inside is packed with oil. It's like a high-calorie protein bar for the birds. This is a good foundation for your feeders. If I'm using a dual bin feeder or multiple feeders, I always fill at least one with a blend containing sunflower seeds or only sunflower seeds. Now, if you want to attract other birds like woodpeckers, jays, nuthatches, you're gonna have to level up. And we're talking about peanuts and suet. Now, if you're unfamiliar with suet, it's just rendered fat, usually beef fat, and in the winter, it's like rocket fuel. Now, soot pellets are fantastic because they fit perfectly into your feeder's bins without the mess of a traditional soot cage. That said, seeing birds hanging all over these soot cages is pretty great. And if you already have one, you can always position it in front of your smart feeder to capture a wide variety of birds. So this is where having multiple feeders or dual bin feeders like the FeatherSnap really comes in handy. Different birds have different tastes, and instead of just one big mix where the birds toss out all the things they don't like, we're going to run a dual menu. So in bin 1, I'm going to put a mix with lots of black oil sunflower seeds. Now, this is for everyone. It's for the cardinals, the titmice, the finches, juncos, and so on. Just be sure to use a mix without a lot of fillers like red millet and oats. The birds won't eat it, and they'll just pick through for the good stuff and knock everything else to the ground. Now, in bin 2, I'm going to do a high-calorie winter blend. This blend has peanuts, soot pellets, dried fruit, and sunflower kernels. This bin is a specialty bin. It's going to attract the woodpeckers and a lot of those other shy visitors. By filling both sides of our feeders with different types of food, we're doubling our chances of seeing new visitors. If you have a squirrel problem, they'll go for the black oil sunflower seeds, the soot, the peanuts, and they'll just waste everything they don't want. So to counter this, you can always fill one side of the feeder with something the squirrels like sunflower seeds, and the other side with less desirable fare for the squirrels like white millet, milo, safflower, and thistle. This way they'll ignore one side of the feeder and leave something behind for the birds. One thing to keep in mind during the winter is that moisture is the enemy. Snow can get into the tray, melt, and then freeze again, which can make the seeds spoil or clump up. And at the very least, it can make it hard for those little tiny beaks to get through the ice. So every few days, just give your feeder a quick check. If you see clumped or frozen seed, clear it out. A clean feeder is a busy feeder. So high-fat mixes will bring the cold weather crowd. It's that simple. So keep those feeders clean and full. And if you have a FeatherSnap feeder, watch your phone for those new visitor alerts to see who shows up for dinner. Now, in our next video, I'm going to talk about what happens when the weather gets really nasty and your feeders become literal lifesavers for the birds. Until then, I'm Brian from FeatherSnap. Stay warm, and we'll see you next time.